Hey guys, it's Shawn with realbees.com, and this morning I've got a special guest. His name is Garry with the Paperless Agent. Now, Garry was on I think it was about a year ago, Garry. We talked about iPads and technology and how to be more efficient with real estate. But today we're going, and this is due to popular demand, the specific subject today is Evernote.
Right.
Now, I just want to lay a disclaimer. At the very end of this interview, we're going to talk about a special training that you and I are going to be doing in regards to Evernote to help agents just really crush it in real estate and be more efficient and really leverage this amazing tool, the iPad, for the real estate business. But first of all, man, I just appreciate you coming today. I'm excited for you to show up today and talk about this special topic.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, Shawn.
Yeah, so let's do this real quick. First of all, I'm no novice to Evernote. I actually wanted to show everybody on the interview today. I don't know if you can see this little date right here at the very, very bottom, but I've been using Evernote since October 5th of 2011. So, woohoo!
Man, you are a veteran.
I'm not a newbie. But I have not been using it. Like, it's just like any bit of technology, Garry. You know, we have our phones, right? And we probably use 20% of what's on our phones and on our iPads and really any type of technology. And I will say I've only been using about 20% of Evernote. So we're going to talk today about how to really leverage 100% of it. But first of all, before we do that, what the heck is Evernote? Tell us today, break it down.
Well, what Evernote it is a place to store anything and everything that you need to document and take notes on. One of the most powerful ways that we really use Evernote as a document storage and note-taking system is really by implementing what their tagline is. And their tagline is Evernote, remember everything. So you don't ever forget anything, right? So whether it's just taking notes and making a list of what you need to buy at the grocery store, or documenting your receipts for tax purposes, you can use Evernote for anything. But in our own training with the Paperless Agent, we do have something that we call Evernote training for real estate, where we take everybody through and talk about exactly how you use this really powerful tool that's available, by the way, on the web. It's available on your PC, on your Mac. It's available in iOS for your iPhone or your iPad. It's even available for all Android users. So it's cross-platform app, and it's such a powerful tool and a fundamental and foundational tool that we use in real estate that really all of our training starts with Evernote and then is built from there.
I love that, man. And the cool thing about it, it's free.
That's right.
There's a free version and a paid version. Now we're going to get to that in a little bit. But so I remember last time when we did the training for agents on the iPad, I think probably 70% of that training was Evernote. I remember just seeing how you would you would pan and you were taking pictures of stuff and storing them. And so I don't know if we're going to get into really the functionality of today. We'll probably look at it from a 30,000 foot view.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the agent right now that's struggling with technology, because I know probably right now there's some agents that are watching right now. The first thing you said is, you know, this tool and app and all this stuff, and they're kind of scared. Let's talk specifically to that agent that's kind of fearful of technology or has tested a little bit but not been successful. What can you say to those people?
Well, what I can say is this. Number one is that you're not going to break Evernote. You can't. Like, can you get things? Can you get a lot of content in there and have it totally disorganized? Absolutely. But you're not going to break it. So there's really no fear. Plus, like you said, Shawn, there's a free version of Evernote. So what I would say is, why not get in there and learn about it? But I also want to say this, is that it took us 2.5 years to really build our best practices and our real estate systems in working with buyers and sellers through our 5-step systems to master Evernote and design a system. So, you know, there's this old adage is that you're either going to pay for knowledge or you're going to pay for knowledge. And that's either through time or learning from somebody else who has already mastered it. And so what I would say is, number one, start playing with Evernote because you can't break it. It's free. And really learn about how it works. But if you really want to dive in and master it, learn from somebody who's already cracked the code.
No, and I love that, because last time when you were doing it, it was like step by step. I remember taking notes off of our interview. I'm like cheating off of you. I'm taking notes, and I'm like, wow, this is how I can really utilize Evernote in my business. So let's talk about some of the top uses for Evernote, because I mean, I could tell you right now, you can take pictures, you can save pictures. I know, but last time you were talking about taking your documents, integrating them in with zip forms and all kinds of stuff. Like, just talk about on a high level of some of the things that agents can expect when they start diving into Evernote.
Well, one of the most fundamental uses that we teach everybody across the country in using Evernote in real estate in particular is, imagine, Shawn, you walk into a real estate office and you see files everywhere. You see specific files for buyers, you see specific files for sellers, and it's just paper everywhere.
Ooh, the paper.
But what we do is we take those and we just basically cram it into Evernote, and that's really what you're doing, is you're replicating your file system in Evernote. So you get rid of the paper, you get rid of your files, you get rid of your file folder holders, and you get rid of your filing cabinets. Like, that's gone. And now what you can do through our system is take all of your clients' folders everywhere with you. Now that's from the very high level of how you can use this in real estate. And then what you can also do is we train people how to use Evernote and document your 5-step buyer appointment or your 5-step listing appointment, and truly use this technology to wow your customers, to leverage your time, and build those relationships with your clients in a way that you couldn't do before because you were using paper. And it's just like, who cares about paper anymore? Use the technology to really bridge that gap between you and your customer and wow them, and document everything having to do with your buyers and your sellers right there in Evernote. And so that's the highest level. Now, what we do in our trainings, we actually get into really granular detail of how you can use this on your appointments. One thing, Shawn, you said is, wow, you can take pictures and document those in Evernote. And we show you how to do that. You can take pictures in Evernote. You can take your contracts that you create and have your client sign on DocuSign ink right there on your iPad, and then store those documents in their file in Evernote. Additionally, this is another great thing, is you can use something called markup. One thing we talked about last time was Sketch. And what what Evernote has done is they've taken Sketch and actually integrated it directly into the app now. And so what you can do is you can take these documents that you're importing there and you can annotate them directly within Evernote. And I mean, it's a really powerful thing to do. And then here's what I'd like to do when we actually host our training webinar together. I want to show people one of the most powerful ways that you can leverage your technology in securing more listings, and that is through something we call building a lifestyle map. And I'm not going to talk any more about it, because you're going to have to come to the webinar that we're going to train you on to really learn how to build a lifestyle map and get more listings by using that.
Wow, and that was just about to segue. So how can agents sell more homes with Evernote? So I think you just probably said it right there. That was a little seed planted right there. Good job. All right, so I'm excited about that. This is going to be a lot of fun. So let's do this real quick. Tell me, just you personally, how technology's impacted your business, because I know you guys have got some amazing awards. I mean, talk to me a little bit. I mean, I know you don't want. You're a very humble guy. You don't like to pat yourself on the back. Tell me some of the awards that you guys have won here recently. With, I know some stuff with Apple. I think you were tell me. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Well, I'll tell it third person. How about that?
Yeah.
So Christina's the CEO of Good Life Companies, and in 2010 she led the company to win the most innovative real estate brokerage award from Inman News. And what that did is it really started a cascade of attention that we got nationally, because make no mistake, Good Life Realty, we're a small brokerage in downtown Austin. And from that, what we did is we built all of our training systems around how we actually use these technologies to sell real estate. And then after that, what happened is I got a call from somebody at Apple, and I really, truly did not believe these people. I thought I was being punked by somebody. And they told me they were from Apple and that they would like to fly me and Christina out to California and film a commercial. And so we went out to California. They filmed a commercial there, and then they actually sent their film crew back to Austin with us to film us using their technologies in real estate every day. And they built a business case study around how we use their technologies in business. Because Apple, when they first built the iPad, they thought it would just be a consumer product. They had no idea how it could be used in business. And so they were really interested in companies that were able to utilize their technologies in business and actually perfect systems. So they did a business case study with us. And then just this past year, they flew us back out to California, and they shot a series of videos of podcasts that you can see on YouTube now that talk that they're interviewing us, kind of like you are here, asking us, okay, how is it that you're using this iPad, and let's talk about the specific apps. And one of them specifically that we talk about is Evernote. So that's happened. And then out of that, Evernote contacted Christina and said, wow, we've seen how you're using Evernote. We saw your business case study with Apple. We would like for you to be the Evernote ambassador to real estate. And so she accepted. And so we go out to the conference every year, and we have conversations with them ongoing about how we're using Evernote. And then what they do is they then take all of this feedback from their ambassadors like Christina, and they continue to develop and change the system around how we're using it and how you, in particular, realtor, can use it in business.
No, I love that, and I think it's important just to, I will just repeat it again. This isn't like an app that you guys have found and found a cool way of making it work in real estate. You're actually talking to the actual company. You're an ambassador of this system, and they're working with you to improve, to help real estate agents be more efficient, sell more homes, and just really elevate themselves to a better status. When did you start using technology in real estate, Garry, personally?
Oh my gosh, I think so. I started selling real estate in 2007, and that was the year that we transitioned away from the MLS books and actually started using a database online. And ever since then, I believe the first smartphone I ever bought was a Palm Pilot, and I had all of my business on my Palm Pilot. And everybody was like, "What are you doing? How do you have your CRM tool? How do you do that?" And so ever since then, I guess ever since I got into the business, I've wanted to utilize technology to do three things, really. Number one is save time. Because what technology really does is it helps you save time during each transaction. And in fact, a lot of our customers who have been through our training are reporting that they're saving upwards of 5 hours per transaction by using technology. So, they're going through our training systems, they're learning about how to use different apps like Evernote, and they're reporting 5 hours per transaction. So that's number one. So I always wanted to save time, and technology I know can do that. Number two, I want to save money. And by utilizing the right technology and the right systems and tools and the business systems that we've created, we actually save a lot of money because we're no longer updating our printers and buying all this printer cartridge and all that ink and paper. Oh my gosh, just think about the savings of time and money by not using paper anymore. So that's number two. Then number three, one thing that we're very specific and really intentional about at Good Life Realty is producing a 5-star experience for our customers. And one really crucial thing that we use as a tool, it is a means to the end, it is not the end, a means to the end is technology. And so we use technology to produce that 5-star experience by wowing our customers so much that they give us 5-star reviews online on Google. They generate more referrals, because what happens is that when a customer has a great experience, they want to share that with their friends and family because they want them to have the same experience they did. And so, this byproduct of us utilizing this technology and building our business systems around it is it generates more referrals. Now, Shawn, you and I both know referrals, like that's the lowest hanging fruit. If you could just work with referrals, man, you're working a great business because they trust you faster and more than anybody else. So it's like a much faster sales cycle, and they're much easier to work with. So those are the three reasons that we use technology and why we train agents across the country of how our own agents at Good Life Realty are using these technologies.
I love that, man. I love that. And you're right. Referrals are the best. I love getting the calls. Hey, I can just imagine the calls you get, or like I can just imagine what they sound like. Or probably like, hey, I was referred to you by another person, and they were just like thought you were the coolest person ever because you did everything on your iPad. I don't know. I want that experience, right? So
Yeah.
and I love that you're what we call an early adopter. You're one of those guys that's right there with technology. I know we probably got some late bloomers on that are watching us right now, and I like what you said earlier. Don't be fearful of it because you can't break it. Let's tell everybody right now, get on this training. There's going to be a link above or below the video. You got to register for this training because Garry always just absolutely crushes it, and they really go in depth on exactly what you're supposed to do to leverage this system. So with that said, give us kind of just a broad overview of what they're going to expect on this training. What's the title of it, and then we'll go ahead and we'll let you get back to it because I know you guys are busy just selling lots of real estate there in Austin. What can they expect when they get on this training?
Well, what you will learn is we're going to give you the fundamentals of how to utilize Evernote in your business, in sales, in real estate, and how to wow your customer by using Evernote as a fundamental tool in your entire technology package. So it's all about Evernote. It's all about the systems that we have built around it, and we're going to show you how you can wow your customers by just using this simple tool on your iPad or your Android. That's another thing I want to say. This is not just about iPads. I use iPad because I'm a Mac lover, but if you're using Androids, that's great. You need to get on this training and learn how to implement Evernote into your entire daily business system so you can produce that 5-star experience for your customers.
That's what it's about. Evernote right here, guys. There's my iPad, Evernote. It's an amazing tool. Get on this training. You can't miss it. We're going to have lots of fun. Garry, as always, man, I really appreciate you spending time out of your busy day. I'm glad you're back in one piece from your vacation. And we'll see you guys on this training here that's coming pretty soon. So listen, again, like I said before, if you click and you register and it's already been passed, just keep looking back to this video. Garry is a friend of realbees.com, and he'll be on some other time, I'm sure. I'm sure there's going to be some other tool that you guys mastered and are helping agents utilize in their business. So hopefully we can have you back on for some more trainings in the future.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to this next training that we're doing on Evernote.